Now, somebody once told me that Bzz, or B apostrophe Z, is one of the great musicians of our time. And I told them that they were crazy. I said that's like saying Bango, or what was it? Wango Bango from the 80s is one of the great musicians of our time. It's just not true. I like Bzz, but they're not. No, what? That's crazy talk. That's one of the most insane things you can say. How you doing, everybody? This is Mesoian coming back at you. Another Talking While Playing is Hard. We're looking at Dragon's Dogma, and this has been a really interesting game because before this game came out, I had no idea what to make of it. Like, I was making fun of this game. I was shitting on this game pretty hard before it came out because when you talk about open world games, Skyrim-esque games coming out from Capcom, whose track record has been pretty poor as of late. It ends up being like a recipe for disaster on paper. But actually, I gotta say, I've played about 60 hours of this game now, and I gotta say, I really like it. It's really good. The combat is pretty fantastic. Unfortunately, the story in the game is absolute garbage, and I've been holding off making this video for a while because I've been trying to figure out the perfect mission to show the ups and downs that Dragon's Dogma has, and I think I found it. I think I found that particular mission. So let's dive right in. So just to state, no non-disclosure. This is installed to the hard drive, so the load times aren't terrible. And most of the tearing issues that this game has had have sort of gone on the wayside. They haven't been, terribly noticeable. So, it's good. I recommend to anybody who's actually planning on playing this game on a 360, install. It makes a big difference. But let's go right in. Yes, yes. Don't buy. Oh, and another thing. Don't buy the DLC for this game. None of it. It's all crap. It's all garbage. Like the 8 new hairstyles that they put up for DLC are stupid looking. All of that 100 quest $7 thing that they put out, they're all fetch quests. They're all board fetch quests. They're not worth doing at all. Just skip it. So here's my character. Well, actually, hold on. I can get to a better place. Let's go in here real quick. What am I doing?
Have your pick. Come again soon.
So here is my character. So I don't know. I'm super on the fence. Like, I played 60 hours with this character, and I have a hard time coming up with something that I really, really like. Um, I don't know. It's weird. Like, I was the first playthrough that I did, I had her as a ranger and then a magic archer, and I had her kind of with a lot of beefy stuff on. Um, I made her an Amazoness because I am into tall girls. Uh, but I don't know. For my main character, I was never able to really come up with something that I was really in love with. Now, my pawn, I thought, because it's the magic stuff, I thought this works out really well. It's like, I don't know. I like the whole big coat with the high and like the knee highs and the lingerie and all that stuff. I think that looks really good. But I'm going to actually change her vocation because I have maxed out the mage vocation, and I'm going to put her back on sorcerer, which is what I had her doing last game. And before I loaded this save, the last thing I did last time I played was switch my character to assassin, and just because I don't really know what that feels like yet. Thus far, I've had the most fun playing a magic archer. I thought it's been a lot of fun. It's like really the best of both worlds, and I maxed that one out. I also maxed out fighter, and surprisingly, fighter I did not have a very good time with. I thought it was pretty boring. I think this game really thrives when you're doing long range stuff. I don't know. That's just me. That's just the way I play these games. But yeah, let's put her back onto sorcerer. No, back and change equipment because you have to. It's annoying. Oh, I need to get her stuff out. Okay. So this is one thing I don't quite like about this game. Choosing equipment can be a little annoying. So basically for most everything, there's the clothing slot and there's the armor slot. So I have been, a lot of the times it doesn't even matter. It's just like things that you can do to stack stats. So for example, if I was going to wear this, like what I was wearing as clothing wouldn't matter. 'Cause technically this is armor. It's a weird caveat. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's just strange. But yeah, I have the weird iron bikini top, and then the coat that goes over it, so you know, don't even see the bikini top. So that's weird. I'm actually really glad that this game, configuration-wise, lets you sort of tailor stuff to your liking, and even when stuff gets outdated, you can still do things like dragon forging or enhancing in order to make it pertinent, to keep it good. So you never really have to abandon a look that you like. Alright, I'm going to get her weapons. And like, I really wish... this is kind of a mess. Where are the common archstaffs? This is the archstaff. And yeah, the best thing I had for her was the meniscus. Alright.
What will it be today? Have your pick. Come again soon.
Alright, so I'm gonna put that back on her. So yeah, I really don't have too many skills with Assassin, but let's see what we can do. So keep in mind, this is a new game plus, so I'm going to be tearing through fools. If you do decide to get this game, I strongly suggest to everyone playing that once you get to the end, you don't do New Game Plus. You stay, if you're looking for a challenge, and if you're looking to really get the most out of the combat, stay in the late game. It's worth it. The late game is very challenging. It's very fun. It keeps you on your toes. So here's the biggest problem, or here's the second biggest problem in this game. See these quests? These are all what's the term? They're all escort missions. All of them. Almost every side quest that I have gotten in this game, save for maybe 4 or 5, have been either fetch quests or kill X number of enemy types of quests. It's boring. It's really, really silly. And I know what you're saying. It's like, oh, but there are NPCs out there who can do side quests too, right? And it's like, no. The problem with those are basically story missions. If you do enough of them, they do figure back into the big overarching story of the Arisen and the Dragon Forged, and you know, having to go out and kill the dragon and save the town's village from the anarchy that everybody is watching about. You know. So
You know more of the witch?
So I'm going to do this quest because I think this quest really nails on the head what's wrong with the narrative and the story of this game, but also shows what's really, really good about like the combat and stuff. Yes. And like, this is a game where, remember, if you watched the Terra quick look on Giant Bomb, how Brad was talking about how he never really, when he was playing Terra, never really wanted to read this backstory for anybody because it was all so poorly written. I feel this is the same thing. This is the exact same thing. It's so boring and pedantic. Like, it really does just get to the point where you don't really want to deal with that stuff. Hold on, I need to... Where does this quest start? Oh, I already started it. Okay. Yeah. It's like you don't want to ever deal with any of it. It's annoying. Let me just check this really quick. I think... Oh, that was some weird load time. I think I have everything enhanced to the maximum that I can do at the moment. It looks like it. No, I'm not doing that. Not doing that. So yeah, this is all set. Okay. So Yeah, basically, we are going back to the Witchwood in order to find the witch Celine, who can apparently speak with dragons. Because apparently there is a flash mob there that is blaming her for bringing forth all the dragons, which isn't true. Here's the biggest problem. I have seen Celine once throughout the entire game up until this point. And if you're doing your first playthrough, that's about 16, 17 hours up until this point. There is no reason to care. Every NPC, every major story-based NPC in this game, you meet once, and they are important for one mission, and then you usually never see them again. But then there'll be a big thing at the end where it's like, oh, now you're supposed to care about these characters, and it's a big deal, and you know, it's tries to make you care about them when the game has literally done nothing, and I mean nothing, to make you the slightest bit interested. So this is combat. Like I said, I'm being an assassin right now, but that means I have a bunch of skills from a bunch of other vocations that I've already leveled up. So if I hold down the triggers, you can see the skills that I have assigned right now. For some reason, it didn't let me assign more than 2 shield skills. I don't know why, but it didn't. And one of them is one I hate. When you're at this point of the game, like this move, the shield drum, basically it pulls aggro off of your pawns and onto you, but it's useless because they're all going to be like, I take things out so quickly, it doesn't even matter. Like, my pawns will destroy anything that decides to be some sort of nuisance with great reckless abandon. My main pawn, Iris, likes to pull the nuclear option a lot and just... Oh, crap. Alright. I just realized I forgot to do something, so we're going to have to make a quick pit stop on the way to this quest. I don't think I actually assigned any skills for Iris. We'll see. That just means I'll show off in Maria. Yeah, like, there's a move where you call in a tornado or call down meteors from the sky, and it just annihilates everything that you're fighting. And she will just do it for anyone. It's kind of funny. But yeah, right now I think this is Holy Infused. Is either Holy Infused or Darkness Infused. I believe right now I have a Ranger and a Mage with me. Oh, you know what? No, I have 2 Sorcerers. That's not going to fly. So, alright, I'll show you the Rift system as well when we get to this pit stop on the way to this quest. So here's another problem that I have with this game. It's not a big problem. It does get a little annoying, though, when you're first starting. So when you need to get... There's no real good fast travel system in this game. Basically, you can buy things that let you fast travel from place to place and return you to the main city, Grand Soren. Get out. But for the most part, those cost a lot of money, or you can find them. Ooh, that was a weird camera. Or you can find them, but they are expensive, and they are not plentiful until pretty much the end of the game. Which at that point is sort of like, you don't really need them all that much unless you are on New Game Plus, which is why, oops, I'm going the wrong way, which is why I suspect they're so expensive. That is nothing. So, when you are outside and just need to get from place to place, you're walking, or in this case, running, and running uses up stamina. Now, there are vocational skills that you can get in order to use stamina stuff. But that's... hold on, let me check the map real quick and see where I'm going. I don't think I need to go this way. No, we need to keep going south. Yeah. Okay, let's keep going. So, like, on parts like this where you're not fighting anything and you're just sticking to the road in order to get from place to place, you end up running out of stamina, as I'm about to do. And when you do that, you need to stop and then start walking until your stamina recharges. Now, this is a huge pain in the butt, just because I'm not even close to where I need to be yet. But I need to stop and walk because I'm tired, I say that in quotes. and I can choose whether or not I want to fight. But I really, especially now, I really don't want to fight any of these people. Oh, that's a pawn. Sorry. So another problem that I have, which I wrote in a review that I did of this game, is that these mobs never change. These groups of bandits, those groups of ogres that I fought earlier, those groups of harpies that I fought just now, they're always going to be there. They're never not going to be there. So it's a little bit of a problem because it just gets to the point where you know exactly what's coming every time, and you don't really have to worry about it. Alright, I'm not going to bother with these guys because they're super weak. And eventually you just start doing stuff like this, where you just jump off stuff because really I can afford the health. And eventually, if you get far enough away from them, your pawns will just teleport around you, which is nice because it makes running away from battles a little bit more seamless, as long as they're not epic levels. Because usually an epic level, if you are severely outclassed, it will just kill you. Alright, so I'm going to stop in here real quick because I need to manage my pawns, because I have 2 sorcerers and that is unnecessary. And I still can't come up here, can I? Nope. No. So, like I said in the review, there are rift stones all over the place. Here is one, and I'm going to get I'm going to get a new pawn. I'm going to need a mage because I need somebody to heal. So this is it. Basically, yeah, you can see I have around 200. I'm just shy of 300,000 rift crystals. You don't really need to use them all that much, I've come to find. It's really you're only spending like big time rift crystals if you're in the main, or if you're in the end game and you are going up against like the insurmountable odds that the end game puts up. So I'm just going to search and find somebody. I'll find somebody that's higher than my level. But all I need right now is a mage. I don't need anything else. No boys allowed. And choose pawn. I'll just take the first 5. And exit. And they'll start popping in. Yeah, there they are. And at this, oh, we're on level 15. Where are the people? So yeah, this is a kind of a weird loading thing. It is pulling all these characters down from. Ooh, that's cool. It's pulling them all down from the server. So it does take a little while for them to actually pop. But it's not the biggest deal in the world. So if you view details, you can see their vocation, their ranking for what other people have put down, how strong they are. That's really good magic. Man, this is a good pawn. The spells that they have on high hot soil screen, that's pretty good. Hide, that's also pretty good. I like it. And fire affinity and high angle is angle's so useless. I'm actually not going to choose her.
Yes, Arisen.
And this is kind of the problem. High Halidon. High Bronzehide. Yes, okay. I will take this. Bronzehide is one of the better spells in this game. I'm okay with that. So I'm going to switch her in for the sorceress that I have right now, which is Aya. She was very good. Yes. And I will settle her up with some moldy grapes, because these are actually still good. They still give a fair amount of health back. I'll give 4 stars and 5 there, and she was very helpful. And then I'm going to send her back to her owner, and now I have a level 61 healer, which is good. What level am I? Oh, I'll find out someday. Because technically my other ranger is also underleveled, but that's fine. I don't really care about that right now. She is being a distraction from the outside. And that's kind of the weird thing about the pawns. The way that I use them anyway, I use them solely as distractions. Alright, let me just manage. So skills for Iris. Yeah, she didn't have anything. Fuck. Okay, so let's give her her stuff back. So I'm going to give her Fire Affinity and Holy Affinity. I'm going to give her High Brontide. I'm going to give her, where is it? High Maelstrom. And where is the nuclear option? Huh. Is that it? Yes. High Boltide. And actually, I'm going to bring her into learn skills, because apparently I don't have everything for her. What am I missing? Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm actually a lot of stuff. Yeah, that's not useful for a pawn, though. Void spell. Oh, Butte. Yes. Absolutely. So I will give her High Void spell, because that's great. But you still want to buy all these, because you get achievements for having all the stuff unlocked. And I have all of her core skills and augmentations. So we are ready to roll. And let me put that last skill on. And High Void spell. Oops, too far. Okay. In the late game, this won't be this big of a deal right now, but in the late game, petrification is a big deal. I was in some very high octane fights with some. Actually, I'm going to. How's everybody? No, everybody's fine. I was in some high octane fights where a lot of my people had become petrified and died. And it's not a dive where you can go and revive them. It was you get sent back to the rift. And in some of those really intense battles, you need everybody. It was a real struggle getting back to where I needed to be. Alright, so now that that's all taken care of, and that's a pretty good indication of what you'll be doing from time to time. I mean, you will outpace your pawns rather often, which is why you need to constantly be switching in your pawns. And as you saw, I didn't have to pay any Rift Crystals because they were, I think they were my level. They were my level, right? Well, she was a little, oh no, yeah, she was one higher than me, but I didn't have to pay, so that's nice. So yeah, what was I saying? The wolves came out and I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, like the name of the show is, talking while playing is hard. See, I wish I didn't have that. You know what? Screw these wolves. I'm just going. We're going. I mean, alright, so we are going to do this quest, and like, honestly, one of the best things about this game is that it never feels all that annoying when you have to go all this way, because combat is genuinely fun. This is, without a doubt, some of the best, like one of the best combat systems that rank increased that Capcom has ever made. It's a real hoot, especially when you start finding the larger beasts, which I will show you shortly. But combat never really feels all that annoying. The beginning of this game, probably from when you start to when you hit level 10, is very, very difficult. Every mob can completely gank you at any given time. It can be very, very dangerous. But get off me. The problem that I have now is like I said, the New Game Plus really doesn't have much to offer. Once the game starts getting easy, you lose a lot of reason to play. Like last night, I was just doing some missions to get to this mission, and ended up killing a smaller dragon effortlessly, like within almost 2 minutes. It was pretty boring. And it's annoying because this game has been so much fun when everything feels like a struggle. And there's no... That's weird. Never did that before. I wonder if that's... So there's fog in this forest, and it's like, whatever. But it never did that before. So we're in Witchwood. We are going to the witch Celine's house. And we are on our way through this misty dungeon, or this misty forest. You can't see what's going on because there are these magical things, or because there are these magical things that are blocking your map and making it slightly hard to navigate here. And this game made a big deal about the Witchwood being really, really dangerous, like in the early game. But as you'll see, there's a ton of people here now, and it's kind of like, well, that's the game sort of outpacing itself, story versus gameplay, and it happens a lot, and it's pretty silly every time it happens. My pawns are trying to figure out where I am. I'm trying to figure out where I am. This is kind of an annoying part of the game. Last time I was here, I just sort of was able to feel my way through it, but oh yeah, and like playing as a non-ranger, like I miss being able to double jump. Like being able to double jump makes you get around so much faster. Like if you can play this game, I definitely recommend if you're starting out playing this game as a ranger because it makes things so much faster. Spiders, yeah, we're going the right way. No, wolves. Wait, so yeah, no, we're still fine. We're still fine. I think. And again, like you do barely anything in the Witchwoods. It's a giant area. I'll show you how big it is. I mean, it is a great big area that gets almost no usage in the entire game. I have done 2 missions here, and that's it. On my first playthrough, I was here twice, and never had a reason to come back. Yeah, we're going the wrong way. You go along the river. I mean, one of the... I kind of hate to compare this game to Skyrim, because it's not Skyrim. But, I mean, them being the same type of rabbits! Kill the rabbits! And again, why am I doing this? Because there's a quest for it that I'm currently doing. Hey, I got a corset. Why am I picking this? Like, yeah, playing, again, just don't do New Game Plus like, oh, I have gone all the way back to the beginning. I'll go back this way, follow the river. When I basically doing New Game Plus now, nothing is worth actually doing. It all just serves to fill up my inventory, and it's very boring. It's annoying to manage the inventory because the inventory screens aren't great. I'll show you really quick. The inventory screens are kind of you can arrange by optimization, but it's like, what's that even mean? And technically, it's arranging by what can help you health-wise, but not really, because this is like status ailments, and then my HP stuff is here, but I would much rather have my HP stuff be at the top, and you can't really arrange it the way you want. I'll show you really quick. So you can really quickly make items. This is how you make everything, and this is the only reason why you really want to pick things up, because you can make your own healing items, and eventually you can make your own... Oh no, you pretty much make your own healing items, and that's about it. I will pick up this Wormwood Sap because that is good for healing. I'm going to... Oops. I keep getting start and back confused in this game. I will take out my lantern and use that because it's dark in here. Come on, guys. Stop playing around with those guys. There's just a lot of really cool stuff that this game has that doesn't get a lot of traction, and that's a real shame. More wolves. see. I can see. It's a miracle. Alright. I'm gonna skip these guys. God. Alright. And we go up. And I think we want to go this way. I can't, so I need to go around. And like I said, it's like I'm not even in combat right now, and now it's like I have to stop. And she has to help me up. Spiders. And now I have to walk. It's just... This game could really benefit from something like mounts, where you can just ride something and when you're not in battle and get there quickly with spiders. Moving on. And yeah, for the healing system in this game, your HP suffers. Your HP actually goes down every time you're hit, your maximum HP. So, what am I doing? I gotta go this one. So you need to use healing potions and stuff to get that stuff back up. Which is interesting. It's a novel idea. Wolf. Is that the right one? Yeah, I guess. Yeah. There's a super secret shortcut. No, this isn't the right one. There's a super secret shortcut that takes you to a whole bunch of chests. Oh, dire wolf. Or no, this is a normal wolf that's really big. And now I gotta stop again, but that's fine because that's in combat. But the AI is not great sometimes. Yeah, this way. This way. Spiders. Spiders were never really a threat in this game. It's kind of weird that you would expect like giant spiders as like an enemy type, and they just don't. Feels like a lost opportunity. Alright, so this is the way. I'm gonna skip that chest, we're gonna come over here. And I think this is going to trigger the cutscene. Yeah, there's the house. Okay, jumping down. So. Again, this is supposed to be really super duper important. Like, this is supposed to be like a major turning point in the story. But it's so flat. Like, we're supposed to know who all these people up there are. We're supposed to recognize them from town. And we're supposed to be here wanting to stop them. So, boss fight, sort of. This is what we call epic level monsters. This is a golem. This is why you are playing this game. You can crawl up on dudes and just start going off on them. Some of them are tougher, especially the golem, because you need to hit weak points that are on it. But this is the bread and butter of this game. Like climbing over giant enemies, like just getting on them and hacking them to pieces. It's fun. The combat really shines. This is going to go quickly because I'm super overleveled with this area. But yeah, like there will be times where you'll see dudes like this just run around in the world. Don't knock me off. I gotta get his head. His head is one of the harder ones to hit. Hold on, I'm about to run out of stamina. Get off. You'll see stuff like griffins, you'll see stuff like dragons, you'll see stuff like ogres and cyclopses, and it's a lot of fun to fight them. When you see them, there'll be times where you'll be underleveled and you'll be like genuinely freaked out because you know it's going to be one hell of a battle and you're not sure if you're going to get out. The sense of dread that this game has. Oop. Nuclear option, but that isn't going to do much against the golem because it is made of stone. So wind can do much against it. Gun. But goddamn it, they're trying. But this doesn't help me. Sometimes it's better just not to use that stuff. Oh, she knocked it down. its head. So yeah, I mean, this is really cool. Like, these types of fights are really, really cool. There should be more of them. I mean, granted, some of them do become randoms, but it never feels like there's... Oh, those are easy ones, too. There's usually one on the bottom of the foot. He's gonna get back up in a second. See if I can get this last one before he gets up. Oh, nope. He's up. And now I need to run. He's gonna go berserk. Oh, that's not good. See, as a ranger, I would be able to roll through his legs. I think being able to dodge in this game is far more valuable than being able to roll. But as a close-range fighter right now, I can't do anything. I have to kind of sit back and wait for him to stop being berserk, which is sort of a bummer. It takes a lot of the fun out of it. When I was a ranger, when I was a magic archer, I was up in their face all the time. When I needed to back off, I still had archery where I could do damage. She did a great job there. Yeah, see, it's like they're just wrecking shit up. She called down the nuclear option. We got meteors. But he's on all his weak points, so I can't hit him. Nice. She just broke another one. Yeah, pawns in this game can do well. She can call down the meteors again. Let's get Saving Private Ryan in here. So the last one. So the last one is on his hand, which is one of the harder ones to get because it's a small one, and he can just smash his hand into the ground, and it does a lot of damage. But like I said, New Game Plus makes everything really easy. I recommend not doing it, but that being said, still super fun. Like those fights never really get old. They are the crux of this game. The combat is really what makes this game so amazing. And no matter, even though it's New Game Plus, these guys still good loot. So I'm going to try and find the loot. Where's the loot? I don't see the loot. It didn't drop any loot. That's boring. Usually it drops like 4 pieces of loot. Alright. So let's continue.
She ran this way, Arisen.
Okay, so now we're going on to another part of this, and basically we just need to go and catch up with Celine, because she has fled to this part of the forest that only she knew about, and we need to go and find her, but there's more fog. Now the first time I did this I did get horribly lost because the shatter points that you need to do to dispel this fog are few and far between. There are not a lot of them. There's a lot of treasure around here. Which, if you are playing for the first time, if you're going through this on your first time, you want to find all the treasure that you can. Yeah, alright. There's nothing up here. I mean, yeah. And because all my pawns have knowledge of this quest, because they've done it with me in the past, or they have done it with other Arisen in their specific games. Again, I'm tired. That's annoying. It's annoying. It's annoying. Just let me run. Oh, I'm here already. Wow. Okay. So this is a story beat. So if you are really, really apprehensive about having nothing in the story spoiled for you, this is a spoiler point, and you should turn this off now. That being said, I think that the story in this game is terrible, and I think this is a very good example why. Now, I'm not going to talk while this is going. Pay attention to what they're actually saying. Pay attention to the voice acting. Pay attention to what the writing for this scene is. And, I mean, you be the judge. I think it's awful. I think it's really, really bad. But, I mean, there have been people coming at me saying, it's not bad, dude. I mean, it could be so much worse. I'm like, yeah, it could be so much worse, but it's not. Like, one of the biggest things about this game is that it has one of the most unique endings that I have ever seen in a game. It's really something special. except for the point that, like, I think the way that I put it in the review was when the world is crashing down, when the sky is falling down around you, all the pieces of that sky are things that you never actually were able to care about because the game does such a poor job presenting it the first time. So when it all comes in at the end, it doesn't matter. Somebody was somebody clued me into was it Kohler's law, which is basically even if the end of a game is amazing, uh, is something completely revolutionary and something that needs to be heralded and watched and remembered. If the rest of the game is bad, that amazing ending does not make up for the game being bad. Now, that being said, I do not think this game is bad. I think this game is actually quite good. I think this game is definitely worth playing. But if you like story in your games, this is not going to be for you. I was tremendously disappointed in the story. Like, people will come at me and say, well, Skyrim's story wasn't anything amazing. And I say, no, dude. Like, think about the Winterholm College. Think about the Thieves' Den. Think about uh, uh, going through, like, getting drunk in a bar and waking up somewhere across the map that you never even knew about. That kind of stuff, those kinds of things are what make these games like this,
This
amazing.
looks interesting.
This game has none of that. All of the quests are very bland, very boring. There's a fire stone. I gotta get that fire stone from her because those are expensive and rare. Um, this game does nothing to make itself appealing or appetizing for somebody who really wants a rich story. It is one of the better combat sandboxes that's come out in a long time. And it's fun to play. If that's enough for you, you'll have a blast with this game. There are people that I know who I've talked to who are like on hour 120 in this game because they are just going through the late game and having fun, like taking on rooms where there are 4 or 5 epic level monsters and having a blast with it. And honestly, I think that's where the meat and potatoes of that game or of this game is. But like I said, watch this cutscene. I mean, you can decide for yourself. I think it's just poor. I really do. And I don't think it stops being poor until the last hour of the game, which is too bad. But yeah, let's let's listen to the story.
I am sorry, Arisen. You share in my troubles through no fault of your own. Some part of me has long known I was, in truth, a pawn. I do not age or die as others. And always I found making my own decisions difficult. Gran gifted me a portion of her very soul. It was a kindness I can never repay. At first, I knew not how to use this gift, but now I have met you.
And unfortunately, I'm going to pause real quick. Every NPC does this weird marionette thing where they just sort of go into this weird loop of odd head and arm convulsions that are supposed to signify, um, being a normal person, but ends up just being weird when you let it loop like this. It's strange. Skyrim didn't do it, and it's weird. It's like you have to choose between this and the dead eye stare that people give you in all the Elder Scrolls games. I kind of like the dead eye stare a little better because this is just weird.
A grave?
So you are arisen.
I don't even know if you can hear
This
that.
may come as a
I
small
can barely hear that.
surprise, but I know well the path you walk. For you see, I myself was once arisen. And this girl Celine was my pawn. The soul of an arisen cannot but affect their follower. Given time, the pawn will assume the arisen's very form. This is the bestowal of spirit, or so I named it. I did not grasp the full meaning of this transfer when first I noticed it. But see well
truly live? Can I be human?
You can, Celine. The bestowal of spirit granted you my heart. As you learned of the world, you filled this heart with feelings of your own. Horns are but shadows of life, doomed to forever echo out across the rift. But soon you will be freed of this unending cycle. Then will your thoughts belong to you alone. Then will you speak with your own voice.
My own voice. I would be with you.
Arisen and Paul share
Quest
a
complete.
fair bond.
Please, Arisen, say that I might stay in your village, under your roof. I want dearly for a place I can feel safe.
Yeah, right, I need to do this too. Forgot about that.
Herbs? Ah, very well.
So that was supposed to be one of the most heartfelt moments of the game. And it just comes off as flat. Like, and that's what every...
What's that?
Oh, it's what 97% of the quests are. Like, just sort of really flat voice acting, like this weird thing where you're supposed to feel for the characters, but you haven't interacted with them enough to actually care about them at all. Again, this is the second time this playthrough that I've met Celine. But now she's going to be at my house for some reason. It's strange, and it comes off as being kind of cheap. I don't understand why anyone would really care for somebody in this way. I'm gonna go kill that, or I'm gonna go kill that thing. There are, without going into spoilers, because I think it was one of those things that made me go, what? The first time it happened. There are things in this game that should be super important.
Take care, you aren't soaked in water.
And I mean, like, immensely important. Wake up. This is going. Wake up. That's boring. There are things that are immensely... oh, there's another golem up here, too. Wake up. I will fight you. Whatever. There are things, story beats that come off as being incredibly important, like game changer style things. But you complete the mission that it's accompanied with, and then nobody acknowledges anything happened. Like, there is one very specific mission, and again, I won't go into spoilers, where it should have changed the scope of how you feel about everyone in the narrative. And I mean everyone. But the moment that the event is over, no one speaks of it again. And it's a major thing. There's cutscenes, like, it's a big deal. And the implications of it are pretty severe. But they just don't say anything about it. It's bizarre, and it's lazy, and it's sloppy. And there are a lot of missions like that, where you are going out to supposedly, like, change this thing for how this kingdom should be working, like, entirely. But nobody seems to care once you get there, or once you get back, and it's kind of disappointing. Especially since, like, it's one of those things. I don't know. There's a term that I had a conversation with a writer about, and it's basically when you go into a project and you have very lofty ideas for one specific event. And I feel like the ending was that one very grandiose event. And then when it came to building up ideas around everything else in order to make it really stick, they couldn't think of anything that was interesting. It wasn't about the world that they had built. It was about this event that they wanted to tell. This one tiny short story that they really wanted to tell. And it suffers. The game suffers for it. Now, that being said, like I said, it's still fun to play. It's still a hoot. But it's if you're looking for any sort of story, it's just not good enough. And that's a shame. And that's why I gave it a 3 out of 5. But it's still fun. There's only one other thing that I can show you, and I don't even know if it's actually here. Now, people have been telling me that you can fight the Ur-Dragon at any time in New Game Plus at the... What? Oh, it was the dude in the well. Why is there a load? Yeah. Okay. Load for that. Great. People have been telling me... Quest. Stop running away, Quest.
No. Trail cut. Oh, Father.
Oh, yeah. So this quest actually bugged out on me pretty hardcore the first time I did it. I won't go into the details of it, but let's put it this way. Jail in this game is no joke. When jail bugs out, you have to go through some steps in order to actually get out of jail. I thought I was screwed royally. I lost like a good 10 hours or so. Because this game has really bad checkpointing. There is a quick save. Do it a lot. Do it as often as you... Ooh, flask. Do it as often as you can. Because if you leave this game to checkpoint on its own, nope, don't do that. Don't do that. So I heard a rumor that there is a... I think this is it. There's a thing here that lets you fight the Ur-Dragon at any time in New Game Plus. It looks like it's true. So I'm going to save. And I will show you the Ur-Dragon, which is the only real multiplayer aspect of this game, and I still don't really quite understand how it works. And I'll show you just how crazy that these epic level monsters can get. To be fair, I have not beat the Ur-Dragon yet, so that's the level of craziness that we can get to. Level 60, I have not beaten them yet. Chamber. Yeah. Which way? This way. Let's do it. Oh yeah, there's some pawns in here that want to fight me. Right. Okay. So we gotta go fight these pawns. I don't know why you have to fight pawns here. Even in scope of like the story, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But this is somebody's pawn. Like somebody made these. These are not created beings, or these are not generated by what you call them. All right, where is it? I thought it would be here by now.
Then you have
there it is.
come. Very well, Arisen.
So yeah, first time I came in here, it had 2 things of health left, and I got killed in 1 shot. So let's see how this goes. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. I have no idea how to kill this thing. Oh, and it is Generation 25. Wow. I have no idea how to kill this, by the way. And as an assassin, I don't know how well this is going to go. So, oh, where does it go? can't do anything about it up there. It's like, I don't know what's happening. So you gotta watch out for that tail, because that tail will wipe the party. Let's see about climbing this. Sounds like a good idea to me. We'll stab the hell out of his foot. This part's glowing. Seems like a good place to stab. So my other 2 pawns are dead. I'll pick them up in a minute. As soon as I run out of them. Still stabbing you. Stabby, stabby. Yeah, and look how no damage I'm doing. Go a little higher. Can't see where I am. I need to get off. Pick up. Oh, that hurt. Get up. I'll use curative. Sure, red wine works well. And I have all these herbs. Run! Oh, he got me. Oh, this is gonna hurt. That hurt. Oh, she's going for the nuclear option. Can she pull it off? No, there's not enough time. And that's the thing. The AI is not amazing. And I'm out of... and I'm dead. So, yeah. That's the Ur-Dragon. I don't know, dude. You tell me. Somebody told me that you can beat it at level 45. I'll call that person a liar. No, there probably is a way. Just sitting here for like 2 hours and doing it. But I don't know. It's supposed to be like this collaborative online effort, but I don't know how that works, so who knows? And apparently everybody that fights it is supposed to get spoils from it somehow. I don't know. But, yeah. So, that's Dragon's Dogma. I still think it's good. I do. I just wish that the narrative was coherent and any sort of okay. Because it's not. It's really dry. Are people controlling them? I don't know, man. Every time I've come here, and every time I've come here, I've gotten attacked by pawns. So, I don't know. But anyway, that's where we're going to cap it. It's good. I mean, at least give it a try. Seriously, give it a try. Because there's a lot to like here. Even if the story is completely terrible. So, yeah. I mean, who knows? You might like it. That's it for this week. Once again, got any questions, send them bmfcosplay or bmf.cosplay@gmail.com. Or, you know, you can help our Twitter, bmfcosplay.twitter.com. And we will see you at the next one of these. Stay frosty, everybody. I'm going to try to kill this thing. I don't know how it's going to happen. I'm going to try. Here we go. Hit him in the foot. Hit him in the foot. Give him that whole hot foot.